Hello, everyone. You're watching Nerdy Couch. Before we get started today, I just want to remind everybody that we are, first off, I'm being rude. We've got Rob, the failed dad, not in real life on Twitch. Okay, he's a good dad. All right. We have our fundraiser going on for Nev's Epilepsy fundraiser. There's only a couple of weeks left to get some prizes, including this Secret Wars number 8 and this full box of Strixhaven MTG. It's a booster box, full box. You can get that amongst, I think, 40 other prizes. If you want to see the full listing of prizes, go ahead and hit the link below for the video. And if you just want to donate and help out, go ahead and hit the GoFundMe logo or link. Sorry, that'll help out a lot. We are trying to get my little niece a epilepsy support animal, and anything helps. So we love you guys for donating and for spreading the word for us. Anyway, we've got
some pretty awesome prizes, I must say.
I would say so. We've got my big brother here, brother from the same mother, Rob Couch. He's Nev's father, and we really appreciate everything that everybody's done so far, and we love you guys. So, Rob, what do we got going on today, Mr.
We have got something in the spooky woods.
Something in the spooky woods. That something might be killing the children. Mr. Grimm, how are you doing today? Happy to have you here. Have you been reading along, Grimm, with Something is Killing the Children? Which we're going to get into right now. But before we do that, there's some dirty words in this book.
One or two.
Some F-bombs. And we don't want you to be caught off guard by that. There's also some graphic scenes. So never, ever do we want you to be caught off guard with that. We want to be straight up front with that, guys. And let's get into the first book, which is issue 7.
Yes, sir.
There's that beautiful cover.
That is an awesome cover.
Hello, Monica. Thank you for joining. It says Jarvis says hi as well.
Dog.
Comics on my mind. Thank you very much for joining. We are just going to be going through some more of the Something is Killing the Children series. No, Monica, so far there hasn't been nudity. You'll have to go to a different channel for that. You can go to my Only Dan's page. That's where you can find that sort of stuff, okay? Yeah, I love this series too, man. So far, we're having a lot of fun covering this. And with the issue 16 out now with the new arc, we really want to get into that, finish this one up and get into that new one with the origin story there. So pretty awesome. So this issue starts off with Tommy's mother waiting in line as they bring bodies in and out of the gymnasium. She's having a bit of a dart there. And Tommy comes up. He's like, "Mom, what are you doing? Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty okay. I'm pretty not bad." He's like, "You're not even dressed. Just sitting there in your robe." And she's like, "I'm good, all right. What'd you do? Break your arm?" And Tommy says, "Someone else broke my arm." But what I like here is that he says, she says, "You deserve it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I probably deserved it."
Probably.
Yeah, I probably did. He's kind of trying to get her to go home and stuff like that, not wait around in the public. And just sit and wait to find out if they found the body of his sister. And Grim says that Dirty Couch, little story behind that. His son, I don't know whether he mispronounced the name or not, but they came up with my Only Dan's page, Dirty Couch. Thank you for that, Bastion, I believe. Or it was Chase, I can't remember. Anyways, they're having a discussion about whether they should be waiting around just to find out and stuff like that. And she says, you know, they've been moving bags in and out for a while. The Parkers have tried barging in already, but the police stopped them from doing so. Yeah, it was Bastion there that had made that name up. And he's like, you know, you should just go home. I'll handle this. And she won't. She's not having it. She's just like, I'm not leaving, Tommy, until I find out if they found your sister's body.
Yeah.
In the gymnasium is where they're keeping the bodies. And the principal there says, this is horrible. The coroner says, yeah, no kidding. This is terrible. He says, do you mind if I, crack a beer and stuff? And he's like, the principal's like, yeah, pretty much. You got one for me type deal.
Yeah.
So they sit around and they have a beer because when you're dealing with that sort of snit, then you want to have a cold one just to take the edge off, right? The principal pretty nervous about going out and talking to the parents and stuff. He says, I just feel numb, like I'm not even in my body anymore. So just sitting around watching my body see all these horrible things that I didn't even think that he would see in his lifetime type deal, right? Rob Couch saying his phone is messed up. You know, if you're having some technical difficulties, Rob, you might need to go and just watch it on the big screen. I think we're better on the big screen anyway. You can see all of our handsomeness, right? Coroner says, no kidding. I just had to try to fit a jawbone to one of the dead kids. Pretty graphic.
Yeah.
Nearly pukes. The the principal. He's like, pretty much, what are you telling me that sort of stuff for, right? I think at this point the coroner's become a little bit calloused almost.
Oh yeah.
Right?
He's doing some shit.
He says, shit, that was too much, eh? Sorry about that. I have trouble knowing my lines and what not to cross. He says, no kidding. He's like, just tell me, did they find the bear that did all this, right? So now there's still queries about it being an animal attack.
Yeah, because nobody's going to believe, there's monsters in the woods.
Right? He says, do you have any answers for me to give the parents? Coroner says, no signs of anything that I can tell you yet. Principal says, but they have to have some idea, right? Coroner says, nope. Pretty much, we ain't got no idea.
Nope.
So then we clip over to probably what I feel should be a cover. Is this picture of Erica Slaughter sitting, waiting in a tree. And
pretty scratched up there too.
Yeah. She hasn't had a great time. Anyway, her stuffed octopus says, this won't work. She quickly says, quiet. Stuffed animal says, you know this won't work. I said, quiet. I hear something. And then Russell shows up. Guy named Russell. No, there's a rustling in the woods. And then, what is it? It's all the little babies.
Oh,
right?
they're so cute.
Rob Couch is wondering if he missed the nudity. Nope.
Well, these things don't have pants on, so I think
They
that's
don't.
it
Technically,
right
they're nude. Look at how adorable these little baby monsters are. Right? And then they hear a screech. And then Erica says, "What are they doing?" Octopus says, "They're crying, Erica. They're crying because you killed their mother.
Huh.
And they're crying because they're hungry. They're hungry little babies." "That doesn't matter," says Erica. She jumps down. The babies scream as she runs towards them, slashing at one of them. And at first I thought that she had cut one in half, but then it looks like she's passed through it almost. It's misted through it.
Mhm.
Yeah, solid dad joke. I'm not a father other than to Jarvis, but if that counts, then I can call that a dad joke. She says no as she sees the babies fade away. "Shit! I want you to tell me, why didn't that work?" "Shit!" And then you see Aaron come into the scene. He says, "Do you know why that didn't work?" Actually, I believe I was incorrect. I said, I want you to tell me why that didn't work. That came from Aaron. And now he's saying, "Why didn't it work? Do you know why it didn't work?" And she says, "Yes, Aaron, I do." "Tell me then. Why is an..." Okay, somebody can tell me how to say that.
Oscurotype?
A skier-type? Dear Lord.
We'll go with that.
I am fine. I don't know. Something blew up. A skier-type. Why isn't a skier-type? They... hold on, let me catch my bearings here. That explosion scared me. She says, "They sent you up from the slaughterhouse to quiz me?" He says, "They sent me here to clean up your mess." She says, "Yeah, well, good luck with that."
Yeah.
Really good luck as she climbs back up that tree to get her belongings, her bag. He tries to stop her, saying, "Erica, I am your superior in the house of..." And she says, "Whatever chip on your shoulder, whatever chip on your shoulder brought you here to Chicago, it's your problem, not mine." Oh, shut up. You're a spoiled little brat who read all the right books and knows all the theories, but you don't like getting your hands dirty. So he's one of those types. He'll tell you how to do everything, but as soon as it comes to getting his hands dirty, no. So Monica says, "Jarvis threw a ball at my door." Oh. That's what that explosion was. So Jarvis the nerdy dog is having some fun outside my door. Erica says, "Don't pretend you're going to big time me. You'll do all the glad handling and all the politics, but you still need me to kill those things." Right? So he can claim he's a supervisor all he wants or whatever, but he's not doing this thing alone. Aaron says, "And you know what? And you know why you can't I'm having a hard time here.
Why you can't kill them in their current phase?
You know why that you can't kill them in their current phase? Thank you." She says, "Yeah, of course I do. Archetypes are shadow forms. They're consecrated fear. So they're only solid when they eat. That's going to cause some trouble. So he's like, seems pretty pointless that you're doing what you're doing then, right? They need something to sink their teeth into. Yeah, thanks for clearing that up, she says. Then you're wasting your time, pretty much, he says. You're wasting your time with your methods. Hello, Jarvis. How are you? How is it going, nerdy dog? She says, I'm wasting my time because there's dead children, and I didn't want to wait for the next child to be harmed. She's trying to jump on it, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, why wouldn't she? So they're having some confrontation still. He says, I'm sorry. I know this breed is more personal. She says, you don't know. He says, I think I know more about you than you think, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He says, actually, I kind of like this. I know more than you think I know, and I know less than I think I know. Pretty much meeting halfway. She says, thanks for greeting me. He says, you're welcome. She says, I was being sarcastic, you jerk.
Love her attitude.
Yeah, her attitude through this is all just wonderful. He follows up with, I know I'm just trying to lighten the mood. You know, I want to know, he wants to know the hunting radius of the that has been determined for these monsters and stuff like that. And then he suggests that they're going to need bait. And he suggests that Bane. She suggests that Bane could be used for bait. And she's like, no. He's like, well, if you don't want them killing again, then you're going to need a trap. You're going to need bait. And that means using the girl. Unless the boy that you touched, James, is it? Would he rather be bait? Both of them would be better, apparently. You know, the more bait, the better. Mm-hmm. She says, that means the children will see the rituals.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want the children to see the rituals. That's scary. He says, from what I already hear, the children are already seeing the rituals, or that they already had seen the rituals, which he brings into question Tommy, Mr. Mahoney, right? He says, but we can get to him later. They'll discuss that later. Stop giving me that look like I'm the villain, he says. Like you weren't dragging the boys around the woods to use them to catch the mother, right? He says, we're not heroes here. We're hunters. Don't forget that. So he's pretty much saying you've been using the kids the whole time.
Yeah, which is interesting, eh?
So why are you going to stop now?
I thought she was pretty sincere with her friendliness towards them, but I guess she was just using them for her own means.
Yeah, and I think she even kind of admits that a little.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, okay, take me to the girl, and I will, and then we'll get our stuff together type deal. I'll go get the girl, you go get the other stuff. She's like, fine. They walk through the forest, and then you get that one officer. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
And he's calling the lady at the desk at the sheriff's office, and he's inquiring about the girl. You know, is she still there coloring by your desk? Yeah, she is. She's having a grand time. He says, okay, I need you to pack her a bag I'll be coming to pick her up soon. I don't want you to let anybody else take her. And she's like, okay, sure, pretty much. I'm not sure that the sheriff is going to like that.
Yeah.
He's been grumbling around all afternoon. And then he says, well, if I need to have that talk with him, then I will have to do that. And then he's holding his gun like he'll take care of it. You know what I mean? So I almost get the impression that he's not all good.
He thinks he's a little bit bigger than he is, I think.
So
Like he wants to be the hero that solves this case or whatever.
yeah. Like he's not going to
Yeah.
take any guff. You know, he's going to do what he feels is right, regardless what the consequences are. That's where this one ends. I apologize. I feel like I struggled through that one a little bit. But you know what? I am prone to make these mistakes, so that's how it's going to be. We're going to get into the next one, but not before saying I think this felt like a short issue.
Mm-hmm, it did.
You know, there wasn't a ton going on in it. I feel like the later issues coming up are much better. This kind of felt like a filler issue.
Yeah, definitely building up to something.
Definitely. So, Rob, why don't you take it away with the next one? Maybe try to be a little more entertaining than me. Feel like I may have dropped the ball a few times there.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Issue 8. Something is killing the children.
Dun, dun, dun. Nice. Already doing better.
By these fine people up here. So a cover, I'm thinking this looks like somebody in an interrogation room. It's got the mirrors there. If you've ever stood in front of two mirrors, you get that image going back to infinity.
And beyond.
But he's got a drink in his hand, so I'm not sure. Maybe we'll find out. There's that monster in the cave again. Okay, so we get to James.
James.
Is it James? Okay, I got it right.
James.
Good.
I'm not good with names, but that one I know. I think last time we did a video, I called Erica Jessica for half of it.
You got James in the hospital. He's coming too. He's a bit uncomfortable, and then he remembers him. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. It hurts there.
Yeah.
So there's the sheriff in the room with him. Guess you haven't been shot before, huh? Oh, you know, not too often. So he's got a bit of high spirits to him, considering all that's gone on the last couple of days for him. So the sheriff says, I got shot once out hunting with some friends, took a bullet right in the thigh. Still hurts if I twist my ankle just right. So of course, James says, well, I guess I'll just try not to twist.
He's got a bit of an attitude too, eh?
He does. With the things he's seen, nothing's going to faze him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea, says the sheriff. Oh, gets his glasses on. You're the sheriff. Are you here to arrest me? He goes, no, I just don't know. He's having a rough time, too.
He hasn't decided yet.
James says, you look stressed, which gets the sheriff laughing a bit. Like, you have no idea, kid. You sound stressed, too. Yeah, they're coming at me from all angles. Because if you remember last issue, the sheriff, he was ready to quit over this.
Yeah.
Nobody's telling me a goddamn thing that makes sense. I want you to give it to me straight. I think I can handle it.
I like this.
Yeah, so James says, oh, what are you talking about? James, I need you to tell me about the aliens.
Yep.
So James is...
everybody always goes to the aliens, eh?
Little smirk on his face here. The what? I don't know. The fucking aliens. The things that are killing the kids and ripping them apart and eating them. Smash through walls, but walk through furniture without disturbing it. It's not aliens. You wanted it to be aliens. That was going to make you feel better. He says, well, then what was it? Like, damn it, somebody tell me. It's monsters.
It's monsters.
Which probably isn't too much of a better answer. So, monsters.
Aliens might have made more sense.
Like Dracula? Not like Dracula, more like, I don't know, a big shadow thing that eats kids. I don't know what they call it.
Only a shadow monster that eats kids. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, do you know who they are? Erica and the people she works for? Well, not really. But I don't think she likes them very much. But do you trust her? And he says, yeah, kind of. Because he's pretty much all, she's all he's got. I got shot, and then she stabbed. And then she stabbed that guy who shot me in the head. Oh, no. Hold on. I got Danitis. I got shot, and then she stabbed that guy who shot me. So, she stabbed him in the head so he could see the monsters too. What is going on here? But then he got both of us out of there, so maybe that was the right thing to do there.
Yeah, so he kind of says that right there he's almost trusts Tommy a little bit even.
Yeah.
Or Mahoney, at least respects him for getting them out of there.
Tommy Mahoney says, yeah, I think it was Tommy Mahoney. Not sure of the name. Oh my God, what am I doing?
You're a mess.
I am a mess.
I can't believe.
It's not fitting on my screen. Are you okay? No. What do you think?
Like the kid's asking him if he's okay. That's
because something is killing the children.
Dun dun dun.
So back to the police station here. Little burn. Hey Gail, have you ever seen a dead person? Oh sure. Was it scary? Oh, when I was there when my father died, and it was peaceful. He'd been in a lot of pain, so then he was at rest. And ever since then, I know he's looking down on me from heaven. Oh, that sounds nice. And did anything try to eat him? Because poor Gail has no idea what was in that cave, I'm sure. I'm sorry. Anything, try to eat his body. And luckily, Erica and Aaron show up to interrupt that conversation because I'm sure that would have been something.
Yeah, it wasn't going anywhere good.
No. Hey, Bane. Oh, hi. We're going for a little drive now. She's okay because she likes Erica. Erica drew with her and was nice to her. And Aaron looks around here because he's used to that big mansion he works in. This is a police station. I was simply seeing what resources are at her disposal, or rather lack of resources. Yeah, so Bane wants to take her drawing stuff with her, and Erica says, sure you can. And it looks like Aaron is one of those no-nonsense, get right down to business kind of guys. She's going to draw all over the car with those things. Good, she says. So she gives Gail a picture she drew for her. Asks her if she can take the markers with her, and Aaron says, no, you don't need markers. We don't have time for this.
What a shrewd.
I know. He's not good with kids, for sure. I need them, she says. I've never had so many colors. So our buddy here shows up. He says, okay, well, how about this? You can take all the markers you want, kid. You just need to come with me. Erica is not happy. Aaron, I don't think, knows what the hell's going on. And Gail's just as confused. What's going on here? Bane, I need you to come with me.
Bane.
Erica says, I don't think you know what you're doing. He says, I know exactly what I'm doing. Poor Gail gets confused. She's about to call the sheriff, and Aaron smacks her across the head with his cane. You're not calling anybody. This is complicated enough. We don't need this getting any worse.
Poor old Gail.
And he says, I thought I knew all the loose ends. Because he wasn't counting on anybody calling the sheriff or the sheriff getting involved. So Erica's quite surprised at that because Bane is like, why did you hurt her? She's my friend. I'm not going to go with you now. I hurt her because everyone in your little town is very stupid. And apparently they want their children to be kept getting eaten alive.
You're stupid and you want your kids to get eaten.
Oh, shut up, Aaron. Not everybody needs to know this. Why are you here? Are you scared? Are you scared of us? And so I guess he's a deputy here. I was in the woods and I heard your little plan that you needed bait. Ah, shit, she says. Yeah, shit. So Bane decides she does not like Aaron. And the cop says, good, I don't like him either. And she's confused. She doesn't know what to do here. So the cop's saying,
do I go with the psycho killers?
Yeah.
Or the cop? She likes Erica enough, though.
Yeah. But then he pours it on here. Oh, remember when you said you were cold and I turned the heat up in the car? And I got you and that boy to safety? These people want you to see bad things again. It puts you in danger. So they can kill them. And of course, Bane doesn't like that. You're gonna hurt the babies? He doesn't understand. I promise you I would never let anything happen to you. And tell that to the high school with the gunshot wound in the county hospital. And Bane's just focused on these babies. They're babies. They don't know that they're bad. You can't hurt them. Yeah, so Aaron decides he's going to take things into his own hands. Oh, for the love of God. And he goes running. And Erica just knocks him right out of his ass.
Just smokes him. Correct.
Sorry. Sorry, he's an asshole. And the deputy's still not letting up. I won't let you take her. And Erica agrees with him. She goes, yeah, I know.
Keep her safe.
That's okay. Just keep her safe, yeah. Keep her away from the woods and nowhere near the school.
Stranger danger.
Or don't take her somewhere stupid like your house. Because these babies know her scent. She was in the cave with them. So he's shocked. You're letting us go? He says, yeah, you're being an idiot, but you're being an idiot for the right reasons.
Sometimes that means a lot.
Yeah. If you want to keep her safe, keep her safe. Now, get the hell out of here. And she turns around to two knocked out people. What am I going to do now?
Shit.
So back outside the school, we got the coroner here. Okay, everyone, we're going to try to do this as orderly as possible. Which I don't know how orderly you can ask people to come in and look at what's left of their kids.
There's going to be a few emotions flying around.
Yeah. It'd be bad enough if the kids were just dead, but they're missing a few limbs and things here and there. You're going to talk to Principal Collins here, and he's going to check your name off a checklist. And then you're going to go in and identify the bodies. I'm not going to lie. It's been a rough day on everybody. And we're all doing the best we can. So we need to have some sort of solidarity here. I know he's scared of you chewing him up alive, but he's a good soul, and without him, we'd be in the Piggly Wiggly parking lot.
Good old Piggly Wiggly.
They're all warmed up for you. And the principal's like, should I say thanks for that? So we're calling in the first parents. Everybody's lined up in the parking lot here. Oh, this is going to take hours. So the mother says, well, then I didn't ask you to come with me. Go home. I'll not have you stand here and try to talk me out of it. You're a grown man. Go find something better to do. Okay.
Yeah.
He was someone most worried about his sister finding the body. Mom just says, if you got something better to do. Yes, ma'am. You don't go against mom in her robe there. So he calls his waitress girlfriend. Want to drive down to the Dells or something? I need to get the fuck out of this town. It's all gotten to, as she finishes a sentence, weird. And he sees something across the road here. He says, I'll call you back. So Erica is tending to Gail and Aaron here. Why did you hit me? Well, it's going in that direction. She might have gotten hurt if you actually tried to attack him. Whoa. Oh, that's right. I remember this part. Just a minute. Hold on. This is weird panels.
Yeah, this book has a lot of full panels that are hard to show all at once.
Okay, so you've done all you've done is make me more irritable. And here I thought that was impossible. Mouse problems.
You're as bad as I am.
Do you even know how to fight a human? Shut up. This is going to hurt for a week. Oh, yeah. Okay. All you've done is make me more irritable. Oh, I didn't know if that was even possible. You need to find the girl. I'll pick up the boy from the hospital. Absolutely not, she says. I think you've proven how good you are with kids. You deal with making sure the sheriff doesn't arrest you for assaulting a sweet old woman and finding us a place to do the ritual. I'll go get your bait. He says, you better act quick. All it's going to take is one kill to make them a lot deadlier. So I guess once the babies weren't able to kill, I think they're too small.
Yeah, I think once they feed is when they grow.
Now that mom's gone, they're going to have to kill if they want to survive. So back to Tommy here. He's across the road. He says, anybody there? Anybody? And then he sees a blood trail. So he calls his friend back up. He says, it's me again. No, forget about the Dells. I need you to find that creepy girl with the eyes and tell her that those things are right behind the school where all the bodies were. Tell them I think they got another kid. No, I'm not telling you more than that. Just go find her. And then he sees the body, which is in pretty bad shape. So the children are...
They look grown.
Definitely grown. So they surround Tommy, and Tommy can see them now because he's...
Yeah, he's been touched by that, cut by that rod that she had.
So we see a foot in the foreground here, surrounded by monsters, and he can see them.
Yeah, they have grown.
And that is the end of issue.
Yeah, again,
8.
I didn't feel like there was a ton of stuff there. I mean, there was that issue was really wordy.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, got a lot of information across. but I feel like it was a difficult one to. It was a difficult one to read out loud.
Yeah.
You catch my drift? Yeah, that's how I feel about these two issues. They definitely progress the story a bit, but we'll get into this last issue, which I think out of the three is my favorite.
Yes.
Including this cover, which I think this cover is awesome. That first cover was really awesome. I like the way the monster is drawn, just kind of lingering over James.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty awesome cover. So we've got two kids yelling, "Jason, where the fuck are you?" One kid says, "My leg hurts." Other kid says, "Shut up, Brandon." Or yeah, Brandon. "We need to find him or mom is going to kill us." Other kid says, Brandon says, "I think she's probably going to kill us. You know, we shouldn't have run ahead so far," and left him behind. The other kid says, "I'm not the one who started running." "No, but you caught up pretty quick," says Brandon. The one kid kind of, I don't think he actually punches him, but he pretends to punch. Kind of one of those psychs, right? Says, "I didn't want him to explain every episode of whatever dumb Japanese cartoon he's jerking off to on the family computer." Brandon goes, "Ugh, shut up." Other kid says, "I checked his history the other night, and it's going to give me nightmares for, 100 years or so." Brandon says, "I don't want to know what my little brother's jerking off to." Other kid says, "Good. It's a good thing that we ran then, huh?" He says, "Oh, this is stupid. We're going to get so grounded just because he wanted to tag along." "Wait, is that blood?" Brandon says, "There's something in the bushes." And then Tommy comes running out, huffing. Says, "Run!" Brandon says, "We're looking for our brother. He's a little shorter, and he wears, gym shorts and stuff."
Yeah.
Pretty vague description. Tommy says, "Shut the fuck up and run!" One kid, which I don't think has been named yet.
No.
Brandon, did you see that?" Brandon says, I don't know." And then, shh, unnamed kid gargling as a blade-like hand of a monster comes sourcing through his torso. Pretty graphic scene. That's why we put that warning up, guys.
Yeah.
Tommy yells, "Shit!" as the monsters who have grown gather around. You can see the terror on Brandon's face. Not seen terror like that before.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Corey who died. He yells, "Corey!" Tommy's trying to shut him up. He says, as he says, oh God, how many of them are there?" Tommy says, "I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry." Back over to the hospital where Erica's walking over to James. He's like all nonchalant. "Oh, hi. I thought I'd see you sooner, or that I'd never see you again. One of the two." Erica says, "Can't get rid of me that easy." James replies with, "I don't know. I think I can get rid of you exactly that easy. I think when this is all over, you're just going to walk away pretty much and I'm never going to see you again." Erica says, "Okay, yeah, that's pretty much how it's going to be."
Yep.
Pretty much just admit it. James says, "Yeah, I figured." Right? Erica says, "You're a smart kid." James says, and you're not here to check up on me because of the fact that you care about me. You're here because you need something horrible of me. You need me to get shot or talk about the moments where my friends died and got ripped apart, or possibly even worse, right? She replies with, I need to use you as bait. At least she's honest.
Yeah.
Right? To lure the monsters into a trap so that I can kill them. And he has like kind of a hysterical laugh. Which I think that picture of him crying and laughing is one of the most terrifying things in this book.
It is.
It's like Joker-esque. Right? He's laughing. He says, oh, that hurts so much. He says, I mean the laughing. And I guess the other stuff too. You know, hearing that he's just bait and just a tool. Right? He says, when you showed up, I was like, you know, somebody came out here to be a superhero, something out of a superhero movie type deal, right? And everything was going to be okay. Like, nobody knew what was happening, but you did. So, you know, he's explaining how it appeared like everything was okay, but then he says, but you're just as scared as everybody else. I saw it in the cave, and I can see it right now. You're scared to death. She says, oh, actually, this is kind of a weird panel because it kind of goes downward, I think.
Yeah, it goes down. This is the one I was thinking.
Yeah. She says, you're right. He says, you're not in control at all. You don't know what you're doing. In which she replies with, I kind of know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I've done it before. It's my job.
Which is actually worse because I know how bad it could get. She says, I know what kind of monster that is, and I know how fast this is going to grow and spread, and how many more kids are going to die because of it. She says, and without all of the scared people getting in the way, or with all of the people scared getting in the way, it just makes it that much more dangerous. He says, then why not call someone else who knows what they're doing better? All right. She says, because people who know more care less.
Mm-hmm.
So all those other people at the slaughterhouse, they maybe they know a bit more, but they don't have a heart.
No.
Right? They don't care what happens to these people in this town. Why are you here at all? He says. She says, because once upon a time, and this is important, once upon a time, there was a little girl in a small town just like this. And she watched something nobody else could see rip her best friend into pieces and eat it. Who could she be talking about? Right? So you've got this scared little Erica, and this is the first time you get to see her as a child. And she's grasping onto that toy octopus that we saw, that we know from earlier. She says, it grew strong enough and it managed to kill my mom and dad. They didn't understand what was happening. They were so helpless. But I could see it. I had to do something. So she picks up that knife and she says, I don't know. Sorry about that. Sometimes some of these panels are a hard read when you're trying to read them out loud. She says, I don't know how I did it, but I managed to hurt one of the monsters. So it was already half dead when the woman showed up wearing a mask like mine. And you see her on the ground there. She's dropped the knife and you see that woman with the axe and the same mask that Erica wears.
Mm-hmm.
She helped me capture it and cage it in my favorite stuffed animal. And then she offered to train me at the House of Slaughter to be a monster hunter in the Order of St. George, just like her. Now, the important part here, which I was like, my jaw dropped when I read that she helped me cage it and capture it and in that stuffed animal. So the thing that killed her friends and parents is inside the toy that she's been talking to all this time. Like, that just blew my mind.
That's where she's getting her advice, because it knows it's a monster, so it knows monsters. That's why it's not exactly very helpful.
Yeah, and that's why she's got such a love-hate relationship for this thing. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, she has it's a necessity to her, but it's got to be a constant reminder of her losses, right? So, like, it's just that I just had to like take a moment to let that sink in when I read that. Like, it was probably one of my favorite moments in this book when you realize that's what that thing is. Mm-hmm. Right? She goes on and says, and I thought I was going to be part of something good. But then I found out how many monsters there are out there, how many children are being killed by these horrible things every single day. And James, I won't tell you because it just seems too impossible, but it's so many. And I realized that the House of Slaughter does more to keep the death of these children quiet than they do to stop them from happening. So that sheds a little bit of light on the House of Slaughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They want to kill the monsters, but they don't care how
they're like the government.
Yeah.
You know, they'd rather cover something up than prevent it. Mm-hmm. You know, or to talk about it, right? She says, "Look, kid, I'm not going to take you under my wing and train you to be a junior monster hunter. I won't do it. This life is horrible. I've seen so much terrible things. But when this all started, you asked me if you could help. And I lied and I said yes to get information so that I could do my job. But now there's a thing I do need your help for." So she admits there that she's pretty much used him. Mm-hmm. Right? She says, it's dangerous and it might kill you. But if we do it right, we could save a lot of kids' lives. She says, "I'm no superhero. I'm just a tired and sad lady who knows how to kill these things. And I'm going to try my damnedest to end this time. So what do you say, kid?" And then all of a sudden, from a distance, you hear "creepy eyes." And that friend of Tommy's walks in. Jessica. Erica says, "What?" Can't remember her name. I don't know if she was named at all, even. But she says, "You're the crazy blonde lady with the creepy eyes that Tommy thought killed your sister, eh?" She's like, "Yeah, that's me."
Yep.
Other lady says, "I thought you might be with the kid from the restaurant." Fuck yeah. I didn't really have a plan B. I didn't have a backup plan. So she's glad that they were there because she didn't know where else to look. She's huffing and she's puffing and she says, "Sorry, I ran up here." James says, "You thought I was some sort of Satanist." She replies with, "Geez, sorry for thinking that you might actually be interesting." Erica says, "Hey, what's your name? What are you trying to find here? Or why are you trying to find me?" Tommy called. He says that those things are at the back of the forest behind the school where the bodies are. He says they've got another kid. And then Erica's face just, white. She says, "Shit." She knows what that means.
Mm-hmm.
We get a shot of the sheriff's car by the school and the sheriff walking in, kind of hiding his face a little bit from all of the parents. Got the body bags there. And the coroner says, his brother, the coroner, says,
Yeah.
"Well, if it ain't our fearless leader." Sheriff says, "How are all the things going?" And coroner's like, "Well, I think I might have actually, I think I might actually have some drops of empathy left," saying he's emotionally worn out.
Yeah.
He's like, it's hard seeing all of this shit and stuff like that. Sheriff says, "Has Sophie's Mahoney's family been in yet?" He says, coroner says, "I wish that we were at the M's, sir." He says, "We're still at the J's." So they're going alphabetically. They're not even close to being done.
Yeah.
Right? He says something like, "Oh, there's a surprising amount of, J names in this town," which is kind of a bit of fluff, but whatever. Sheriff says, "You might want to have some gum. I can smell the beer on your breath." And he's pretty much like, "Yeah, I've been handing them out. It's a tough time.
Yeah.
And everybody needs something to relax with." He's like, "Here, you want something to loosen up?" And sheriff says, "I don't want to loosen up." Coroner says, "Have two then."
Have two.
Somebody comes in and says, "Sheriff," one of the other officers, "Sheriff Kavana Hananana." Or one of the families said that they could hear noises from the forest behind the school. Noises, the sheriff says. Simple Simon, how's it going? Says, "Hey guys, just read the second volume trade the other night. I hope you're enjoying it. We are definitely loving this book. We're just about to finish up issue number 9. We're back in the forest, and Brandon is yelling, "Somebody help us, please!" As Tommy says, "Shut up, kid. You're going to catch their attention." Right? He's like, "Just get behind me." Kid keeps screaming, "They already see us. They're trying to kill us." Simple Simon says he's loving it. "I'm glad that you're enjoying it, buddy." Tommy says, "I know, but if I can distract them," and then the kid says, "They killed my brother," and he's just being loud, right? Monster, the monster's attention is grabbed because that they are attracted to noise and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, Tommy grabs a rock and he cracks one in the face. Or that's one brave kid.
Mm-hmm.
Or not so much a kid anymore, I guess. But Brandon starts to run, and Tommy says, "No, don't run. Stay with me. I can't keep you safe if you..." And then blood spatters out of the kid's mouth. And just like his brother, he's been attacked and killed by one of the monsters. Tommy yells and throws the rock. "Get off of him! Get off him!" As the monster pretty much throws the body at him by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Tommy's like, fuck. He's using all the bad language. says, "Just kill me too. I can't take this." He's ready to die now. It's too much for him. He says, "Just kill me." And then from a distance, he hears, "Nobody else is dying, Tommy." And you get a full page where the sheriff is sitting there pointing his gun at him, and he says, "But I'm going to need you to put your hands up behind your head, Tommy." And then you get the feeling that actually there's several officers there. I didn't see that at first.
Yeah.
It appears like Tommy had something to do with these boys being dead.
Yeah.
You know, the officers can't see the monsters. They just see Tommy with a couple of dead kids. So that's where this one's going to end. But I can see them going through a trial for Tommy in the near future and having him locked up and stuff like that. And I kind of wonder how he's going to get out of that.
My prediction, Erica's going to show up, scratch Sheriff's head with the knife and say, "Hey, now what do you see?"
I think the only way to get him off the hook is for other people to see those monsters, right?
Yeah.
It seems to be the only way. This, out of the 3 issues that we read today, I think this one's my favorite.
Oh, definitely.
And it leaves you on a really big cliffhanger. You know, like you want to know what happens next, and I think that's what a good book does.
Yep.
So,
because they could just wrap it up right here. Oh, Tommy's
the killer. Tommy, what's killing the children? Tommy.
Yep. Lock him up.
Yep. Yeah, until something else happens. Right? Or that could be another thing that happens is that they lock him up and then they find out, you know, the children keep dying. And they go, well, could it be that he had nothing to do with it? Mm-hmm. Right? So anyway, guys, let us know how you felt. I think personally, I struggled through my first book. Seemed really wordy, but I really, really enjoyed that last issue much more. And I'm excited to see what comes next. So let me know what you guys felt about that. And, you know, I can't wait to get into more. What do we got coming up? What's that?
Finish up this arc and dive right into the next one.
Yeah, I'm super excited because that next arc is a lot of the origin of Erica Slaughter and how she becomes part of the House of Slaughter member. So that's going to be really super fun. And depending on how this one ends, you know, I hope they wrap it up in a way that really kind of it's satisfying, you know. But it's a popular story, so I'm sure they'll do that. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some things that we've got coming up. Next weekend, me and Grim will be back on with a long-awaited number 3 in The Last Ronin. We'll be covering that. I'm super excited about it. The book came out on Wednesday, and we want to give people a little bit of time to keep reading that and get that we don't want to spoil too much, so we'll give people time to read a little bit, and then we'll cover it. How's it going, Captain Comic? Ahoy, mate.
Ahoy.
Simple Sam says, how's it going? Ahoy, Captain. We're just about to wrap it up. Again, we want to remind everybody about the fundraiser for Nev's Epilepsy fundraiser. Really appreciate everybody who has donated and helped out with that. There's only a couple weeks before we wrap up the prizing, so go take a look at that video in the description to find out all the prizing. Like I said, there's some really cool prizes. So also, Mr. Fail Dad here. We're going to shout out his Twitch channel where he plays some games, you know. Or he struggles through some games. You know, he needs a lot of help. his tag is literally "help me."
Pretty much.
He needs a lot of help through these games. It's entertaining seeing him play these games in this in the manner of that he does it. So go check that out on Twitch. Fail Dad at Twitch. I think I'm done, guys. I'm excited to get back into it in 2 weeks' time. We'll be back with another episode of Something is Killing the Children. Until then, guys, take care. Bye-bye now.
See you later.